No matter how near or how far, you are invited to a platform where we uplift, encourage, and motivate you to be exactly who you are. Soul ties, soul tribes, solutions, and soul infusions. Come join us as we overstand and undo the divinities that have been placed amongst us on this very land. So what can you expect? Crown checks, temperature checks.
What's good? Welcome to episode 9. And I believe 9 is a master number. Can somebody confirm that for me? Is 9 a master number? Are we on point here? What a week. What a week. So much of a week that I was told by my mentor today that I need to stop taking on so many projects and maybe think about just settling down into one aspect of my life, which I feel like doing the work, boots on the ground, is way more productive than sitting in somebody's classroom. We'll talk about that later. Tonight, our topic is, why do women weaponize children? Um, Not quite sure why we're in this quagmire where women feel like they could use children to weaponize against the fathers. I really think that it's a society problem, and we are here as a solutionary podcast to change that. We have our co host, Monique's here tonight. We also have, we're finally bringing on a guy onto our platform to get his perspective because we thought, how could we talk about this topic and not have a guy's perspective? And we know that too many of our brothers are going through this situation alone with their baby mamas or women that they've had relationships with, and the children always feel some type of way. So let me just tell you what happened is, recently my sister and I were having a conversation, my little sister, and today's her birthday. Happy birthday, sis. About about the stories that our mothers tell us in regards to our fathers and their relationship that we tend to take on. We take on these stories so much that we start to despise our fathers. Like, so I had to ask her yesterday. I was like, "How do you know the story that you were told is even true? How do we know? There's always three sides to a story." And I just feel like a lot of the time when a woman doesn't get her way in a relationship with a man, she weaponizes the child. Um, or even I just really feel like it's been less of a problem. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties. This is live television. Something always goes wrong in live television, but nonetheless, um, so that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight. I hope you guys are all here for this conversation. I'm waiting for your comments. There is a couple events happening. Oh, hold on. Let me talk about this real quick. Did you guys hear that Kitsap County is having a Pirates Day on June 19th? Please tune in tomorrow. I think it's going to be live, but we're going to be taping it tomorrow. About this pure fuckery. I'm going to say it because I'm flabbergasted of you how we do this, how we're allowing them to, a Pirates Day on June 19th. It almost makes me feel um like they're trying to pronounce how we got here, like they're trying to figure it out. So I don't know. Whew. Okay, so let's get this rolling. I'm a little like flabbergasted and a little out there right now. So let's get this going. Can we bring on our co-host Monique? Hi, sister.
Hi, sister.
How are you?
I'm well. No
How's
complaints.
class? How's class?
Woo!
Are you ready to catch babies?
I suppose waiting involved.
Let me tell most people that if they look up my name, Khadijah Sherrell, they can go straight to these podcasts. Let me just tell you that. Nobody else. I'm unique as hell, obviously, as you can see. So if you put my name into the search bar, you can find this podcast a lot easier than looking for it any other
That's
way.
dope.
So that's Khadijah Sherrell. It's super dope because don't ain't nobody me, girl. You know this. All right. So we
Perfect.
tonight I'm going to bring on our first male participant. Thank goodness. He calls himself the Topper Hill, Mr. Hill. We give the black man a standing ovation because we always got to big up our black men. How are you?
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Excellent. How you like this topic tonight?
Well, thanks for having me. The topics on point because I was triggered today with this very topic. So I'm expressing my memory. We can have at it.
Excellent. You guys know each other, Monique, the Topper.
How you doing? Yes, it's Topper. Yeah, it's
How you
just
doing?
Topper. But yeah, I know Monique. I
Not
know
Long
Miss
the
Monique.
time.
we put it on the noun like the
I
Topper.
got a I got a funny story, but I have to talk to her to tell her if I want to tell her because I want to tell her business. But it's very funny. It involves my name. She
Oh, Monique,
it's, it involves my name.
I'm
All,
gonna do something.
I can't. It's funny though. It's very, but I ain't gonna. I gotta let her say it's okay, but it's very funny.
Tell us. You all right
No,
with it, Monique?
Could be anything, and if it's
no,
involving anybody, no.
Leave names out.
yeah, we can't because it's gonna
No
involve a
way.
name
Yeah.
that's like my name, and can't do that.
Yeah.
But it's funny though, even though
From the
it is
same.
real funny.
We're gonna have to
She
have a
didn't have
power.
nothing.
Funny
No, now I feel all
of
left out the
saying
crew.
all
I
lies.
can. I might.
Funny.
I might can tell you off, but I can't tell her story on the lie. I might can tell you off the lie because it's funny, but
Monique, do you know
because
what
she
he's talking
she kind of does, but she don't know this part of it. She don't because I didn't
about?
get into a lot.
Oh,
I didn't get into a lot later.
I love it. I love the fact that my mother didn't speak to my father, and I really appreciated that. Didn't speak ill of my father. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Denitra. Um, I really love the fact that y'all are, you guys grew up in Tacoma. I only passed through for middle school. I went to Jason Lee, Gray, McElvey, and Baylor.
Dude,
Then I skated out of there and went to Seattle for high
yeah.
school.
all that noise. I'm on the podcast, dude. Turn it down.
So tonight we're talking about why do women weaponize children? Why do we think, guys? And thank you for being here, Topper.
Yes, you're welcome.
Why do we
I
think that this happens?
I don't know why it happens. It just happens, but well, I know why it happens because that bundle of joy makes the woman take possession and claim. Right? She's had them the 9 months. She's growing pains with them. So then when it comes out, it soon goes from R to mine. Once you start taking claims and stuff, you start claiming more rights than the father. So that's basically it. It's the claim. Women think that their claim is more important than the father's claim. That's just it. It goes from
Hold them for
R
nine
to
months
mom.
because we hold them for 9 months. We feel like we have claims over these children.
Yes.
Or is it because we make the choice, the ultimate choice, whether or not these kids come into the world or not?
Well, that's another subject, but you do have the choice, like you know what I mean. Like that would be getting in. Maybe one day we get on that. When this little verdict came out, we were talking about taking women's while they're trying to choose for women. In my opinion, women make the choice because guys are beggars. I cannot get into you guys' lovely place unless you guys let me in, right? So if you say no, I can't do nothing. But if you fall for my game, you think I'm attractive, then you fell for something that. So that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get into that topic, but
Slap me upside the face. If you fall for the game, that's your fault.
look what we have. Yes, I mean, so the Kevin Samuel things, you ladies aren't like your greats, right? To where you wasn't your grandpa or your elders, whoever was watching you, didn't look at the little man down the street or his peoples who thought like this dude, he's probably gonna make a good for my granddaughter or my daughter, and we're gonna arrange this,
Right.
right? And then you just went with that, and you had your children, and you didn't say nothing, but you guys get to choose from your early age lambatical, like your early age badness, your early age when you're not fully women. But those are the choices you guys are making. And
Facts.
so,
I would agree. So you're saying it's the guys that we choose because
of
we have a
course,
time.
of course, of course, of course, no doubt about it. You're gonna choose Bobby over from the block instead of Bill with the glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like
But yeah, I
Bobby in
get
the
what
block got more game. Bill is a little nerdy. Bill don't can't dance. You know what I'm saying? Bill can't put his words right.
that's that swag that they be falling for.
Yeah. But Bobby in the block is dumb as he can't even spell. You know what I mean? Like he don't know the difference between your and your are. You are, right? But he got swag, he got Jordans, got a little
Yeah.
money in his pocket. Boom. You're pregnant with his kid. He's not gonna be around.
But what
He,
about the
he
man Pukisha? So I think
who?
everybody's responsible for who they pick, right? Because even in the situation that you're going through right now, you're responsible for picking that baby
But
mama
there's
that now.
different dynamics. It's not the same dynamics, right? So, and let's quit equating men and women equally. We're not. There's nothing a man do that a woman could say I can do, and you probably can, but you shouldn't gauge yourself by what men do. Men or women do two separate things, and so therefore their reaction to it is two different things. Guys and I learned this in anthropology class a long time ago. Guys tend to have multiples because I can get just for you two. If I had a baby by you two, I know it's my kids. But if you had a baby by two, whose is it? That's just at the end of the day, we're human beings, we're animals, and we're at the top of the chart. The anthropology stuff kicks in. This is why we're here because
I
men could.
I agree that there are a difference in the sexes. Indeed, I agree that the biology of a man can have more babies in a 9 month period than a woman can. I agree. So I understand where you're coming from. But still, are we not responsible for who we pick to have babies by or who we pick to lay down with?
But this is the point. Mans are not doing this to have babies. They're doing it for a pleasurable thing. That's why it's not our responsibility because we're not getting that, and we're not growing. We don't have the growing pain. Like I said, the woman on the other hand, she has to make sure that this could happen, right? It could happen with us too, right? But we have no say so if it's going to come to term or not. Women can pregnate it. We were just, so we're out of that decision. It's not. It's like I said. So we live on, and yes, we tend to get them pregnant. Even this is no disrespect to any fat woman out there, but even the biggest, ugliest fat woman got a child. Somebody's fucking. Excuse my language, but you know what I mean. Like
So you're
that's.
just it's a whole.
I'm
And
just
just
saying.
say that. I just had a whole conversation with one of my other friends, and we're talking about homosexuality. And just to the same point, men are just looking for a hole. It's not necessarily what hole it is attached to. They're just looking to release. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, sort of, yes. They're not. Their plan is not let me go out and get somebody pregnant. Meanwhile, the woman single, don't really ain't got nothing going on. She doesn't mind getting pregnant, especially by the person who she's messing with, because she knows she can't have him anyway. But she'll take his baby.
So we take the baby. Mo, what you think? What you thinking? I see you over there. Your wheels are spinning.
Anything can go any way. You can. However, that is one that is true. But there is also an aspect you said earlier from an anthropo when women attempt to move like men. Okay, I'm going to do this from a pleasurable aspect. Yes, women are the receiver.
Oh,
So while you caught the baby and you thought he was going to be a father, he's still moving how he was moving when you stuck with the baby.
now you got a
So
problem with it.
there is a segment that is true. That's but
Well,
it's what we
yeah,
talked about.
and there should really be no problem with it. But guess what the problem with is now? Is women are saying no. We can be like men. I can have a dude a week. I can have 7 dudes. So you're running into women with just as much bodies and more bodies than we got, right?
Either
And
way,
it's okay, right? Like so they're saying that no, I don't want to sit back and just be the be that, you know.
so then
And they're going, go ahead.
I said then you end up with the abortion as expected
But when you don't abort,
because yes,
but when you
it's
don't
because
abort,
people,
now we got this. Now we didn't have this baby because we thought that was gonna hook a nigga. Isn't that what you said? It was hook a nigga.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, keeping it
And let's talk about that because there's a lot of people in their feelings, right? Like we talk about my
in.
thing. Let's talk about my daughter. My daughter's
Okay,
situation, right? So my daughter should have never had sex with her mom, right? Horn dog night. I had a condom busted. I have a baby. How I find out, she says the baby is somebody else's. How I find out, I even see her about 7 months or 8 months, and she was pregnant. I seen her walking down the street, and I kind of looked at her like, "You didn't get me, did you?" She said, "No, it is such and such." As I went, so I did the math, right? So I'm in Fred Meyer's. I'm in Fred Meyer's with a chick. We're going to get something, and her daughters and her sisters working at the espresso stand, and she says, "Ghetto as fuck." Yeah, that baby my sister got, it's really yours. I'm with a girl, and she don't really hear it, but I hear it like kind of like, huh? And
well,
something in me, I say, hey, I tell the girl, hey, we gotta go. And I takes her home. I go right by her house. Like, what's this shit talking about? The baby. She's like, she's a baby. She's crying, and I'm like, this ain't no way you tell a nigga that he's the father. So from that point, right, I came out mine. I furnished her apartment. I was trying to be, I was. She's not my girl or nothing. She's nothing to me, but this is my daughter. Man, since then I done went over there 50 times, called her 100 times, and it's always no, I got this. It's send her friends done had her overnight. You know, I didn't get her overnight until she was about 13 or 14. And by then she was a problem because she didn't have no manners. She didn't know how to come into, how your mom tried to teach you little things about when you go into other people's house,
Right.
right? So in our house, we got Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch, donuts, chips, right? Juices, pops. Rooms upstairs, she's coming, she's coming downstairs all the time. I'm like, man, it's gonna be here. She wants to eat everything, stuff like that.
Oh,
She don't,
so
she
she's
don't know
not
how to.
at home.
Yeah, right. She couldn't even go in the kitchen at her house. Mom, different rules. So she's struggling. But one thing her mom always told her that I was a deadbeat and I wasn't shit and all this. But as
Why?
she grew up, I got a son who's a year younger than her and a daughter who's 2.5 years younger than her. And guess every time she see me, guess who she was seeing me with?
Them.
My kids, right? And it's awkward because I'm not taking my kids. And so then once she did come around, my kids used to look at me like one time I told them to sit here because I had to do something. Now my two kids were sitting. What you think she was doing? Running around, right? My
Right.
kids is looking at me because they think they're gonna get in trouble. They know if they get up in
Right.
here, they're in trouble. They at first they didn't even want. They're older now and they fuck with her. But when they was younger, they didn't even want her around because she didn't know how to follow rules and they thought they was gonna get in trouble. They're nervous.
They're differently.
Like dad, they're coming and tell me, Dad, she did this, and because her behavior just was off. So here it is, right? She turns,
Really
she gets
didn't know.
older.
Did you know the mom? Topper, did you know the mom prior to you having
Yeah,
relationship?
I grew up with her.
Okay.
We grew up with her. We was cool. Like I said, it was some horn dog night. You know what I mean? I didn't tend to have a baby. Shouldn't even did it. I did it, but I took care of my responsibility, right? And it was just on. It was
Yeah.
it was her. So like I said to her, the only thing I can do was just wait till she get older. Now when she gets older, I'm thinking I can talk to her, but the seed is already planted, right?
She's
And
already.
Yep.
she just keeps saying stuff. Like one day she says this in the car when she was younger, right? Now we all know, yeah, we got some history of drug addicts in my family, but the audacity of her,
Don't we all?
right? But the audacity of her when I go pick her up, I finally get to pick her up, and I'm with my daughter, my son, and her. And she says to them, and I'm listening, yeah, the Quinces are drug addicts. Now, not to tell
Where
her
she?
business, but her grandma was murdered by her grandfather, and her mom had to wipe up the blood. Her uncle's in jail for murder right now. So I just said, look, you don't come talking about the Quinces when
When
and
you
and, and I made a U-turn, and guess what I did? I dropped her ass back off at home. Like,
oh,
if you know what I mean, like you can't be with no Quinces. This is how you talking about the Quinces. So
but you
there
know
was,
that ain't her though.
but still, she got to know better. You should know. You should know better. And then this is me. If I got to teach you better, this is how I teach you
Right.
because you know that was hurtful, right? You're not
Right.
talking to me. You're
Never
talking. You tried to say that to your brother and sister, right? You didn't. I wasn't. You wasn't even talking to
being
me,
vindictive like her mother has taught her.
right? Her mother has taught her a gang of. So fast forward. So she's a senior, right? And I know she's smart. She got a 3 point something. But I know her mom is not the type of woman who's going to get her into college, going to get her to where she needs to go. So I go to her and like, look, you about to graduate. I've been watching. You doing good. Let's go on to the next step. I'm dad. Forget what your mom. The conversation we had to her. Forget that I'm not. I wasn't there. I'm here now to get you to the next step. Your mom's not capable, right? But dad. But what we gonna do? You want to go to the Air Force? You want me to, you know? Now she straight up at that moment lies to me to the point to where a year and a half passed and she gets into Evergreen, but she drops out of school and then so now she don't even want to have a conversation with me because she done lied when
Wrong
a
path.
year later now my son is where she was kind of supposed to be, filling out his application, getting his letters, you know, boom, he's on his way.
Right.
I was trying to get you on your way
It
before
just
him.
it's hurt, Papa. And that's what I said earlier. It sounds like she's hurting. And
But
it's not it's not your fault. It's the situation itself. It's pretty fucked up
yeah, it's very
to come
fucked up.
from a broken situation. Like her mom was a jump off.
But
And
ain't most moms jump offs? Like, let's keep it 100.
I was,
And it's not. That's how people. And see, that's what I'm saying. To where the word jump off in itself is bad because everybody's a jump. I mean, unless you're
I wasn't
married or something.
talking about.
Not you, but 80, let's say 80% of women, like I said, to where yeah, they meet as a jump off or
They're
20%.
trying to be like men, right? They just living.
Yeah.
Mo, what do you think?
Remember what we were talking about earlier, and I said how of these situations occur because of an understanding and an agreement. So,
Right? Agreements.
understanding and agreement is like what happened to you. That was beyond your control, or you can reverse it to happen. Whatever it did, time that it happened, you thought you had an understanding. That's it. It's good. You didn't see. You didn't know that it was. You were lied to for all those years. You know, found out within the first year, but still, it wasn't to another man. So, ability once you did know, but the mother having resentment for plus the child. That's when it comes turning turning the child against the father. Now he's not a good father to you, but because he's not choosing, that's
Right. He was a
really
deadbeat because he wasn't he wasn't even in a relationship with
Well,
her.
but
Made
that's
her
why I
call
had
him.
to check her.
right.
So I had to check her.
Right.
She said I was absent, and it triggered me and made me mad. No, I'm not absent. Your mom withheld you. So there's a difference between somebody to where I've had two kids who I've been literally pining over for about
Yeah.
15 plus years, right? My worries has
Yeah.
been their worries, right? My daughter, so I'm mad at her now because even my youngest daughter was struggling because I don't get how you used to be around, call me daddy, come rub on my beard and all that. Now you're acting like a punk rock with your mom. When every birthday I came by and gave you a birthday present at your class to where made up a song to where I don't like it, and I'm not, and I don't have to like it, right? I'm dad. Dad needs to see the love from his daughter, and I don't, and that's the only thing I want to
Great.
accept. I don't, So I'm trying to tell her, no, all this time you ain't called me. I didn't like it, and I don't like it. So your birthday came up. I didn't call you for your birthday because guess what? You didn't call me for my birthday. And I got the same type of feelings you got, right?
I
Because
know, but oh, as a father though, and as an adult, we have to lead by example, Topper.
well, I'm leading by example. This is it. See, that's what I'm saying. This is a man's example. You're a woman. This is a man
I
example.
Also have
coming
to
from a
go.
female that we
So
need our fathers. Stand strong and still. Point blank. The we
You can
wavering
you
like
can you can you can need your father. You need your father, but you can accept your father or not accept your father. So with my
let me.
daughters, like I said, to where
I
go ahead.
call my birthday.
you what?
I I have called my own father. It's
Is she cutting out?
Yeah,
not
she's cutting
because
in and out. Her thing
he's
is bad. Go ahead.
bad.
Oh,
You didn't hear me?
are you
No, your audio
Yeah.
has been muffled most of the time. So
your audio's coming in and out? So refresh your screen. That usually works. I just don't like. I just want to say that, like, as a girl that didn't grow up with my father, and I had other male father figures, so I'm blessed for that. But we need our black men to stand strong in our lives
what?
because otherwise,
This is not strong.
in the same shit that her mama got caught up in because we were not taught right. You feel what I'm saying? And I
But this is not teaching by example. This is not letting her know that hey, your dad has feelings too. So any other person is gonna have feelings. So you just can't. And another thing I told her, and I said to her, to be honest, what makes it me personally I don't even deal with women who ain't have relationships with their dad, who talk bad about their dad. Like I said, to where even their
That
baby daddy, right? There's something to where they won't. You get on
absolutely.
first base, I will not move to second if you got a lot of bad things to say about the nigga who you just let hit and you got a baby by,
That's
right?
right.
Because I'm always going to be on the man's side when it comes to that. I'm never on the woman's side when you talk about all the years I've been here and available for. And she could have picked up any day, 365 days of the year, got up and dropped her daughter off to my house, and I would have watched her without anything, right? So guess what? She's never done that. And women don't do that. They always say he didn't do this. Drop the baby off and watch what the man do.
Monique
You'll be
will.
you'll be surprised, right?
I, I have ultimate respect and reverence for fathers and their
I do
children's
too.
life.
Go get your kids.
Yeah,
You
I have.
know that my, or you probably don't know, but my son's father, he took and raised our first three children for like, I don't know, good 7, 8 years.
Yeah,
But that was our agreement. That was our agreement. I told that man I didn't want to be a single mother. And if
right.
we're agreeing to have your kids, you're gonna agree to take your kids.
Yeah, yeah,
But those
Kendra, you're right. I can't
Yes.
say all women, but I
Yeah,
deal in micro and macro. Micro
yeah.
is the microscope, the personal, and macro is the
The,
the most women. And
yeah.
most women, when I'm speaking
Mm,
about most women. I'm not personalizing it. That's micro. I kind of speaking in the macro and talk about everybody. And
hey, Mr.
you know,
Educator, we go
yeah. It's a general. Yeah, you
I had to
sometimes.
tell her that because some people they're personalized. That's what everybody want to do with me, so they cannot the conversation can't get no growth. They try to limit my
Right.
knowledge, right? Make it
right.
personal. So if you
Yeah.
make it personal, then I'm attacking you, and then you can be on that bullshit, right?
As always, that's just like any of
Right.
my posts. You know, everybody, I post the most craziest shit. Like I just said last week, be careful who you talk around. And you want to know how many phone calls I got?
Talking about me.
Personal, right? Because we don't do nothing but take things personally. So I get it. So we
Oh,
are talking.
yeah, and you gotta. In me, I'm personally upset. Like I said, I call it cut my grass to see the snakes. I kind of make people mad a lot. I kind of do stuff intentional because I want to see the reaction, right? I want to see if I can really fuck with you. Because if you get mad at this, you'll be mad at that, right? To where people don't even know they're walking test subjects of mine, even on even on Facebook. This is how I got to be how I am because I say a lot of stuff. But let's see who comments and let's see what they comment. Let's see
Yeah,
if
so
you
your
respect,
emotions
right?
from people.
Let's see if you respect my knowledge of what I'm saying, or even though what I'm saying goes against your dogma and your culture, and you still can't meet me at the knowledge level and address it there. You got to
Standing to
then turn it into a
right.
status thing. Oh, he's that's why I'm Topper Hill because Topper Hill has a connotation to it, right? I'll get to out of chaos come order. I will get to. That's why I'm thankful for you guys because most people don't understand that I'm sharper than attack. They don't want me to be sharp because I'm going at the status quo with my sharpness. Like remember the conversation we had about dopamine. I
Mhm.
I can't get a Christian who faints and does all that. She don't want to have a conversation with me about dopamine. I'm this
Right.
stupid. I'm
Because
then talk all that mess.
her
Now I'm
picture.
every name in the book that Christians ain't supposed to call people, right? But now, if you want to know the word dopamine and talk about what that is and relate it to religion, then you understand that why you have the Holy Ghost when there's not even a person there, it's a figment, but you cry. But
Right. It's their drug.
right,
Point.
it's a self-induced drug that's in the body. Look it up, dopamine. But all of a sudden, a Christian will get dumb when it talks about dopamine. They won't,
Oh,
you know what I mean? So those folks won't come and engage me. They'll come and passive aggressively attack me. Oh, your grandma raised you better than that. You feel what I mean? Just a lot of innuendo and
Right. As if they,
you
because
know.
they're not doing the work and the studying themselves, which
Right.
is
I mean,
funny.
it's not even studying. They believe and accept. That's what it is. They've accepted. They believe it, even though it doesn't make sense. They're still going to accept and believe it, and that you know, and they're a part of the culture. That's to get to another subject. That's really the black folks' problem, right? We believe in the story of the sun. We done personified it and made it into be a person walking around doing stuff at the same time the sun does the same thing every year and has been doing it every before probably people could even talk. But it's a person now, right?
Right. Oh, right,
You know,
right, right.
and
I know.
that's me and you talked about it, but I don't want to get into that, right? It's not the topic, but
That went over a whole lot of people's head. I know what you're talking about.
right, it did.
Other people know.
Personifications.
Nobody knows. Not
If
everybody knows the relation. We always
so,
talk about that.
personifications is basically this. What's your Monique? What's your horoscope?
I'm a Gemini.
So, do you think there's two twins in the sky during the year that you were born, or is that just where the stars were aligned
I
and
believe in
every?
of
Go
it. I
ahead.
believe in the alignment of the planets and whatnot. But
That's
all of
it.
that, all of the other stuff that people utilize like a religion, I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, but even horoscopes too. There's no Gemini in the sky. There's just the when the Earth rotates around the sun and all that. Not to get, but we're spinning around the sun and the on the tilt at this time every year for whatever reason. These
The sign,
stars are located at that spot.
right,
See,
There's no Scorpio. There's no twins. There's no ram. It's called personifications. That back then we were storytellers, so we had to tell a
right.
story of this time being looking like that. And so they kind of drew in what they said, but there's no ram, there's no water bearer, there's no none of that. It's just specks of stars. There's just constellations in the sky. So
That people took to draw and make in their
right,
yeah, sure,
and that's
absolutely.
real, and that's
is that
real simple, right?
is that not a human trait to try to relate everything to make it make sense for you?
Well, that's what it has to be now because of the religion. So that's why they're making it that. It's probably shouldn't be, but because even that simple thing, you have to do that because then you would destroy religion, right? It
But
has to be that way. So you have to have the horoscopes because when that sun came and you reference everything that's in the Bible to the sun and Jesus, you're gonna get Jesus is the sun. Period.
very much so.
Now you tell a Christian that I'm all kind of heathens. You know what I mean? You
Because
know,
no, but that's just my problem with Christianity. Period. Is that they don't read, they don't study, they study one book and
the
half-ass it.
morning star, the Eastern star, walks on water, like all the reference to what's the sun that when you see the sun on the ocean, look like it's walking from where the sun is,
That's
way back there.
walk on water.
This Eastern because it's moving and it's walking, right? Exactly. Uh, what else? The Eastern star coming from the east, the morning star coming from, and it even gets even deeper than that. And we're not going to get into, but
And we're
the
not even
devil
gonna
has.
talk about.
But I have
But
a
I love
question.
religion as my
Go ahead.
I have a question. But you're talking about personification, and then you
Hmm.
go ideology and all the other things. So can you tie that into someone's mindset and what they think and believe and what they were brought up on, what culture, why a mother would, where in there, where does she fit in there, what does she subscribe to, what's her ideology, what's her mindset that would cause her to be the type of mother that we're talking about? Because you can go way far out, but if you bring it back in, like, how do you attach that stuff to someone's mindset and why you literally just are a bitter bitch ass baby mama? Like, for real, like, how do you tie that stuff in? You subscribing to
the church gave us.
astrology? Is it Christianity? Is it slave mentality? What is it in there that ties
Mentality.
behavior? Hmm?
I can't say, I can't answer that because most Christians aren't Christians. They know they're not Christians, but they act like they're Christians.
But I'm just
So
saying culturally though. So would you say that it's more likely for a mother whose mother, like you said, you don't deal with women who bash their fathers or their previous spouses. Would you say that a mother who had a mother who bashed men, or who like dealing with a young lady, dealing with a woman who didn't have a father figure in her life, you can see a difference in the type of woman and mother that she is versus one who actually reveres, leans toward, uses a male relative to vet her spouse, those types of things. You'll see the outcome would be different. Like you said, so in your we're using your example as the the baby mom who weaponizes her children against the father. Like, how does that woman evolve into that spiteful type of individual? So, and it
I,
does
I,
tie into everything you just said.
I mean, I
When
can't answer that question, but it's cultural. I would say it's cultural. I don't know
now,
why it's cultural or how it's
Feminism,
cultural, but
feminism,
feminism,
that really doesn't have nothing to do with feminism
mm,
because because
I
because to
think
be
it does.
honest, no, because what comedian says it? Look up what feminism means. See, women who use this feminine stuff got feminism all wrong. I want to be correct, but it actually means to
but
have
of the we don't
basically
need a man.
love for the female, meaning to treat the
Yeah,
female right. So feminists are actually
true.
doing opposite of what feminist is,
That's
right?
true.
That's
So
very true. We're not feminists
it
around here. That's FYI.
right, but
And
my
most
point is, I think I got that
of
from Dave
any of
Chappelle.
this,
That's from
as
Dave
far as
Chappelle.
going against.
Didn't Dave Chappelle say that on his special? Like he can't be a feminist. He loves
Oh,
women.
about that. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
gotta
yeah. It's
like it
because
was
of transposed too,
mm,
and the reason why we're not feminists, the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes.
right.
Mm.
You want equal rights for women. Like
I don't want to be.
Equality. First and foremost, let me say there will never be equality of the sexes.
no,
Never.
right because
Because
if a bear
there's
came and it's me and you, and one of us had to fight the bear, we know who's gonna
But
fight the bear.
go
you
ahead.
are
Right. Right. And then when I kill the bear and we're hungry and we need to cook, we know who's gonna
hungry.
cook the right. We know that's what I'm saying. We know in the world of wild, if it's anthropology, there was animals out there. We had to protect the woman in the cave, and we had to go out and we had to secure the area to where that's how we as human beings expanded. Women wasn't out there fighting; they were out hiding the kids, right? Making the den, making sure those little babies became men to then further protect more
How do
women,
we know that really was
right?
history though?
So,
Just because we were told that, how do we know that that's how it went down?
well, I mean, how else could it be?
It could have went
I mean, that's not. I
ways.
mean, how? So, if a woman was pregnant, right? If you didn't put value on the pregnancy, how did we become? I'm just talking about Africans. How did we become so populated? Right? How did we become? At some point, if you think about the anthropological part of it, we had to be able to fend off all the tigers and animals by having more men or having more people who can kill or whatever. I don't think it was women, but at some point, we had a lot of men that said, "Hey, elephant, tiger, this is our area." And guess what? They respected the
Right.
men.
I'm just hoping it.
Maybe there was women there, but I
Or the
doubt it.
warrior king, which is
Right?
another thing. So me and my producer were.
Even the Warrior King, those are the last ones that slowed the people in slavery. But go ahead, I don't mess with them.
Well, that was his point too. But also the fact that masculine, it masculine, masculizes. Is that the word?
Of women,
Ema-
Masculization of
of
it's
men,
women.
women.
emasculating. That movie itself was emasculating. So my problem is I think, or what I think the issue is that women have been put into these predicaments that they don't need a man first and foremost, which is ass backwards. We do. We can't procreate by ourselves, nor should we be rearing children by ourselves. And the fact that we've had this culture that has just continuously pushed that through. Anti-black misandry.
Well, in a group I'm in, I ain't gonna say the name, but there's a lot of women saying they're happy to be single.
Why?
Sad.
Why?
I don't know. I don't
And
get it.
let me be honest, at 45, after having all my kids, and I'm sure you guys have heard me rant about this many times, I'm sitting at a place where I'm making decent money. What do I want to be in a relationship? Yeah. Do I need it?
What was that?
Headache.
Yeah,
He said, "Yeah, you'll do."
Somebody,
yeah. What you see? Let me see, and this is what I'm saying. Even you two now being slick with it. See, now you side with the women, even though you want to separate yourself with them, and now you just done slid back in there with them. Now, yeah, you might not be happy with the nigga dude, right? The hood dude, but you like the hood dude. But there's a guy out there, yeah, that you're gonna, but you're not looking for him. You don't even want him. He has a thing in his thing. You don't want him. You want somebody like your baby daddy. So that's a problem. That's cap.
my birthday rapper, but
That's cap. You guys
Guess
aren't
what?
really
That's
happy. You
cap,
know
and you
that
can
there's
stop saying "you guys" because I'm happy.
happy what?
I'm not
Single?
single.
she's shack.
I'm far from single.
Of course.
I'm far.
And look, from what I know, you never have been. It's not a bad thing. People swoop you up. Like nobody wants to be single. I'm never really single too
Oh,
long. And if I'm single too long, guess what? I turn into a bad
So
person. So I got too many women.
to
I'm
keep
lying. I'm doing all this other shit. Right? I'm good right now. I'm good.
she keep she holding you
But
down. She keeping you
for the most part, not to get into my personal life, but yeah, for the most
okay.
part.
I mean, that's all that matters. As long as she's making you
yeah.
happy, that's all we care about. And she ain't.
No, but yeah, that's it. Happiness. What's that?
It's
That's
what you.
up self. That's
See.
What
That's
are
my
you?
point.
that's
You
ourselves.
guys say, see, I was that was my point to tell you guys. I'm happy with not being with nobody. Right. The thing, this word happy. Right. You're never really always happy, and you're always arguing in a disagreement. Everybody understands that who's in a relationship. So people who sit back and say they're happy to not have what makes people tick, misunderstanding and understanding, is full of it, in my opinion. Not to say you, but everybody wants somebody to.
Oh no, I do personally. I
Yeah,
do. Don't get it wrong. I'm just like at this point after being one of those and being in a relationship from 18 to 45. You know what I mean? It's just like now, do I really want to deal? Do I want to deal with the problems of having a relationship? Because man, I mean, I'm still in love with my ex husband, but that will never be, and I understand that. So I do want to be in a situation, but and it doesn't necessarily have to be right. It just needs to feel
you
good.
got uh,
But are you married to a white woman? You got a white woman?
yeah, I got a white woman. How'd you know? How'd you know I had a white woman? Psych.
I was about to say
Yeah.
lying, but I don't want to.
Nah. But look, I ain't gonna front. Like I wouldn't, but I would, right? Let me give you my take on it. I'm from Washington. We know white people. I got white friends and families. I interact with white folks. How can I not like somebody who's white? You know what I mean? I'll be in. See, I was in classes with nothing but white people. How can I not like, right?
You Washington State? Yep. You from
Right.
mud.
I'm where I'm from. I didn't grow up. I got frat brothers who don't know no white people, and they're like, damn, dude, they don't hate white people. I gotta tell them, bro, there's some cool white people out in this world. They don't get it because the white people they know don't fuck with them, and they already have bad experience. We got some cool white people in Washington.
We're
You
a little
know?
different up
Yeah.
here. Okay,
I
so
know,
it's no black or
but
white.
I would talk to a white girl if she was a regular white girl. Now she was
Mean
meaning that I had to like her for her person. So meaning she can't. I don't want no
wigger.
at the neck and yeah, right. You know, she got to listen to country. I just got to. I had to meet her at the store or something. We start talking and she just happened to be a white girl. I mean, you know what I mean? But I don't want no hip white girl. That's just me.
I that's them for them,
Yeah, that's just me.
and
Oh,
that's
nobody
fair.
about
Yeah,
people.
But why would you think? Could you give me the lighter?
I heard you.
Can
because
you
that's she
why
wanted
would
to
you
fuck.
think I was with a white girl though?
I just asked a question. You
Do
said
I give off white girl vibes? Do I? 'Cause I have to change that if I do. Gotta
I'm
change
not
that.
about
What
any
is it?
types. I can't actually tell at this point in time because I'm having a lot of conscious brothers running around with pink toes, so I don't know.
Hey, well, that's not even, but to be honest, that is a black problem too. Because we're getting light skinned and light skinned. No disrespect, Monique, but 30 years, Monique's gonna be chocolate.
Brown.
Now they're gonna call her chocolate.
Yeah.
All her baby daddies is dark except the first one, I think.
Well,
She good.
Do
She
you
turned
know
them
do
back.
you know her do you know her baby daddy, the first one?
I don't.
we're not gonna talk about that.
No, I don't know him. I don't know her first baby daddy, or do I?
You should. Um, I'm like, right, Mo, he should.
Oh yeah, he does, but it's good because y'all off topic. So I'm trying to stay.
Look,
We
we're
just
talking about white men. I didn't like I mean white women. I don't
She's
like how I just got
happy, and I think that she's fishing to see if your happiness if does it have anything to do with going the other way because you hear a lot of brothers
oh.
age they've had enough dealing with sisters. That's a whole nother topic.
not.
At one point in my life, I said, look, I'm gonna talk to a white girl because I thought, okay,
Don't say
I was they the same too. They argue and get it's the same shit. They're just right. The
okay.
arguments are the same fucking arguments. I promise you.
He said black women
Nothing
don't say
different.
about the
Nothing
late great
here.
Tina
Nobody said anything about Tina Turner, Serena Williams. Who else was it? The Supreme Justice being with a white man. Yeah, we don't talk about them. I don't support them women.
yeah.
Nobody wants them anyway, to be honest. Who wants
Uh,
Tina Turner?
white
Nobody
people.
wants
I
Tina
didn't
Turner.
married to a white man.
Nobody wants Tina Turner because Ike was gonna whoop their ass. They know that's Ike shit. Who wants to be with Ike shit?
I'm coming for you.
You and even me. Even let's say Ike was alive. I met Tina and I'm out on a date with Tina and I see Ike. I'm gonna be like, my bad, Ike. You know what I mean?
I,
Like I might leave her with Ike. Like I ain't getting into that.
and I know this is your chick. I will let me
Right,
just.
right. Man,
You're
I was just borrowing her for a sec. You can have her back.
okay. Let's get
You
back
know?
on the topic. Okay, so women using babies as weapons. I think that it's absurd. I think we need to stop. I think I just employ you, Topper, to talk to your baby because black women need their fathers. We cannot continue to go through this life without our fathers. And I'm just saying, whatever that looks like, appease her. She's your baby and she's grown now. And it just sounds like she's really hurting for love.
Oh,
And
man.
But you can hurt without coming around and attacking. Like I said, every time like she kind of has. This is coming from my family situation. I know what genes in her. My mom speaks harsh words. Certain people in my family speak harsh words. I might speak harsh words. I don't want the wrong harsh words coming at me. Like I said, when she said I'm absent and try to do that and put it on the book to where I don't know who come up and say, oh, nigga, you wasn't in your daughter's life. Nah, nigga, that ain't because that's a certain type of person. I'm talking shit about a nigga right now who owes 50,000 in child support, right? Nigga, you're a scumbag.
How
That's
about
not
get
this.
custody of y'all kids? Get
What's
joint
that?
custody of the kid. Go to court and get joint
Well,
custody of the kids.
here's the thing to where once I took my youngest daughter to court
I
and I
remember.
told her she was next. Guess what she did to where I had to just be like, all right, I'm gonna wait till she get older. She took me off the child support and cleared all my rears. So I was like, well, cool, fair exchange. You obviously didn't want me, and she told me she got her daughter. She didn't need nothing from me. So
Ladies, that is the wrong thing to do. If you're gonna do that, don't put his name on the birth certificate.
Buy that shit.
so she did that, right? So how you think I feel to where I ain't gotta pay no child support no more and she don't
It
want
was
me?
a cop
Huh?
out. You were still supposed to. It didn't matter what she did. That was about you
Nah,
and your
because even when I
relationship with
went to
your
the courts
child.
with my next daughter, I got screwed and I shouldn't have had the courts in
Oh,
it.
Problem
So
is that I don't feel like the court systems are even in their favor, Mo.
they're not. They're
First and
not.
foremost, brothers, we have these brothers, hear me out. We have these brothers having to pay child support, right? No matter how many kids they have to pay child support. Then they have to turn around and fight a woman to see their kid. Like you have to legally put up money that you already don't fucking have. Go and fight for a
when
kid when a woman doesn't
this is how far back we go.
want.
Urban League, JQ, Urban
Right.
League, paperwork for court. I was there. I said I will help you fill this stuff out and get it done. That's how far back.
The judge
So
go.
that's
But
a
guess what? I
sensitive.
remember that, right? But I didn't even need the paperwork. I just was this custodial father. I did it by the school. The school called me. I signed
Feel
them up. It was on my name to
I
where
feel on
she would
that.
have been
Yeah,
stupid to even try to fight me because the
I
teachers
feel you.
knew me, the principals knew me,
Right,
the coaches knew me. Nobody seen this lady, right? When they
right.
called the school, they was calling me. So she couldn't say that she was, I got food stamps in my name. So at that point, it's just like don't make me go up, right?
Right.
Just
So
this is
that was
cool,
right.
right? And you get to see your son. She got to see
Right.
her son anytime she want to. It
But I'm
wasn't no
talking
baby.
about with the issues now.
But
That
no, I was saying I remember when you
that
was
that
I,
fight. I remember
yeah, I
this.
remember that.
It's a little personal. Yeah, it goes a
Yeah.
little bit.
He's
Doesn't.
18 now. That dude is 18. So it's a long time, right?
I just women, we need to stop weaponizing these babies and know what the value that our kids have. Like relationships are so much more than monetary. I
Yeah.
think like literally, even I've had
Can
to
I
have
do
many
that?
conversations about child support because in one
Well,
way I feel like a man should be responsible. But I understand what it does to the black man.
Well,
It's
look, you
I
should
it's
be
a
responsible of this. You should be responsible and you shouldn't be responsible. You should be responsible if I tell you I love you and I want to be with you and we create something, right? And then I dip out. But if I wear a condom and it break or you get pregnant and I tell you I don't want it, right? And I don't want no parts of the responsibility, that's when you got to be like, he said he didn't want it. And
yeah, that's
I
another.
not too long
because you
ago
shouldn't
about
be able to make, because look, I ain't gonna lie. In hindsight, if I knew my daughters was gonna act like this, I wouldn't fuck with them. Now, if somebody who knows that, who's seen how their daughters came up and treated the dad after that, why would they? You never know. And I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't even put up with this shit at all because why?
Yeah,
Why try to gain some love from somebody only to get stabbed in the back? So
that.
and I'm serious. I envy deadbeats. They ain't gotta worry about nothing. Who gives a fuck?
Right, but it's weighing on
You
you
know?
more than this.
I mean, that's not me, but I still got to envy of them that they got that much loneliness in them that they can don't give a fuck about their kids where they ain't got to get hurt by them later, right?
Obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't have put that post up today. Because you're hurting
Right,
too.
exactly. But a deadbeat wouldn't give a fuck.
Women have the rights to have an abortion. A man should be able to to financially abort. I agree. What do you think about that, Monique?
it reminds me of that man who's he got 7 babies and said he didn't want none of them, and the women had them anyway, and now they're coming for him for child support, that sort of thing. I mean, it's like
You don't
make
have to agree
more protection over your
this person.
seed.
Feel like it's okay for you to have a baby with somebody if you don't have an agreement with somebody. You don't
Here,
have an agreement.
here's where I took the child support down. I don't agree with child support, but if I'm hungry today, right, I have no food, there's no way next week you can pay me for that hungriness.
Facts.
That's child support. It's stupid. There should never be no back pay. So you mean to tell me I didn't eat last week, so I gotta pay you because I was hungry last week?
Child support is really
That's dumb.
child support is when somebody else has to come and tell you to take care of your child. You shouldn't have to go through court. A grown man and a grown woman should be able to make those decisions with one another and how to rear and care for those children. Nobody should have to tell you anything. But when you get to the point where people are not mature enough and you need somebody to come and tell you how to manage your affairs, that's what the court does. It's like, since y'all can't get along and be civilized, we'll get the white man involved and tell you guys what you need to do.
You're being slick. You're being slick.
I'm being 100% real.
My argument is there should be no child support based on my hunger thing. Not that because of whatever you said. There just shouldn't be no child support. There shouldn't even exist. The concept is flawed. How can you charge somebody for hunger? You're hungry. You've been hungry. You've been suffered.
Because food costs money. That's why.
It did cost money, and this doesn't. It's over with. You're hungry.
You're in the rears, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's stupid.
But
you don't have to
rear your child, so I don't understand that.
No. So what I'm saying is,
you're telling me that you don't owe me nothing for doing all that. It's aside from hunger, because we can go to the food bank to be fed.
It costs shoes and how much it costs to raise a child. Even if you didn't want them, but you slipped up and you caught them.
Okay, let's talk about it. How much really does it cost to raise a child? Now, it costs for your necessities. You want Nike. You want the brand name.
No,
but if you want a pair, hold on, let me finish. You want a pair of shoes? A shoes probably cost $1. Okay, so you can feed. So you guys brought it up. You brought it up. We don't have to wear designer stuff. So
it means you can't live in a garage anymore. It means you got to actually get an actual dwelling.
No.
You can't ride a motorcycle. It means you need to have a vehicle.
You want to blame it on the man. You want to say the man owes you this. The man.
I'm not saying a man owes me anything.
Or
man doesn't owe me anything.
We're talking about child support. You said it costs.
Take care of your child.
Let me see. You start talking. So you got slick. You don't want me to finish.
Take care of your child.
Listen. You can take care of the child as cheap as possible, but you want to buy the child Nikes. You want to buy them brand name. But if you really want to take care of the child, it doesn't cost money.
Okay.
It sure the hell talking about it doesn't take money. Electricity, housing, money.
It's not computing for me.
So if you're there, so is the kid gonna not be there?
I'm like my ex-husband.
So listen, the house is up and the kid is not there, but you're there. Where's the kid? So you're gonna pay the electricity. So where's the kid gonna be? The kid wasn't there. Would you be paying electricity still?
You know what I'm saying.
See, now it changes. I'm like I said, now it's changing. I'm just saying.
It costs extra because your kid is here now.
It's an extra
$1 a day. Now it's costing $1 a day because I have your kid underneath my roof to leaving the lights on.
Which goes back to the necessities. You heard of candles?
Bye.
I'm done with you.
So our culture. So it goes back to our culture. It goes back to our culture. See, look. It all relates. It all relates, right?
Real quick.
It all relates, but it's when you women choose to relate it when you want to relate it to stuff. It all relates back to you guys. Why the hell does it cost you guys $100,000 all this. Come on, man.
So
Come on,
your
man.
baby was asking you for stuff. You was like, "Nah, go burn a candle." That's why she mad today.
No,
Okay, so stop. You know you don't make no sense right now.
I make a lot of sense.
Make no damn sense.
We don't have to have Jordans. I got
Uh,
three pair of Birkenstocks, right?
I feel you on all that, brother. I
They only
completely.
cost $60, but these are like $180
I
shoes.
will. I
So
totally.
that I have them, I might feel like but I only paid 30 something bucks for them. When really,
Okay.
I should have paid the dollar for them, right? I
Okay.
would have saved a lot of money. I probably could have put some of that money
See you rocking.
to
Every
my
time I
son.
see you rocking dollar stuff, I know that sweatsuit, that
Say
sweatshirt costs $50
that.
all day long.
Now,
If not
Ruthie,
more.
Well, that's my point. So, how much money could I really save for my kid and put into account if I didn't rock name brand and I rocked the cheapest stuff?
Did you
So,
do
how
that for
much
your
do
daughter?
we really? No, no, no. I didn't. Nobody does. I'm talking to macro now,
don't
right?
now.
Talk about everybody, not just me. Nobody says instead of buying this and you do it over a period of time, instead of buying the cheapest stuff. I mean, it's just I bought the expensive stuff, and the difference
Ooh,
between
Lord.
that I could have put up. So over 18 years, my kid probably could have had maybe a
People
million dollars,
The
maybe a million
ideology,
dollars, maybe a
people
million
do think
dollars.
like that.
right?
Actually,
Maybe, but
Because
that's
car
black
you
folks' problem. That's our problem.
that's mindset
what car you drive?
shift. That
Black
that
man, what kind of car you drive? See if you fall
You
into the
know
stereotype.
me. Yeah, you know me. Guess what kind of car I drive? Come on, man. What I look like I drive? Come on, man.
five. That's not
What does
something.
it look like I drive? That's real obvious.
Thank
You like sometimes
It's obvious.
around in the Escalade.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not an Escalade, but it's close. It's kind of like Escalade, but that's real obvious.
I know how much those gas prices is right now.
What kind of car? That's obvious.
Oh, you
It's
drive
what
Prius?
you get a shot.
No.
People who've known each other over 20,
That's
30
what we
years.
also
So
drive Priuses.
okay. All
And
right.
look, by the way, it's a beautiful thing because I've known her since she was a young. See, don't take this wrong, but like when women are young, they're like on the market. Like Cass is getting at them, and everybody's getting at them, and
Everybody
they
mad.
just
Not getting it.
yeah. And then right, and
Yep.
then she picks her boyfriend, and people are mad, and people still be cool with her, whatever. But from a young lady that she became, she's different. She's a woman now.
Yes,
I've seen it, right?
she's my best friend. I've been
All right.
knowing
Mad
Monique
respect.
for not as long as you, but quite a long time, and I've seen her grow.
I appreciate that. And I still am gonna talk my shit. I'm not
Oh.
changed.
I'm gonna still talk mine too. Can't help it. That's what it's all about is accountability.
So when's the last time you've been to the Urban League, Monique?
Oh, it's been quite a while. It's been a
Quite a while.
Callie.
We
I'm not
need
watching
a
it.
solution, guys. Y'all can call each other. We never
Yes.
came up with a solution. What's the solution for these women and them weaponizing these children?
Uh, I did. I said go back to see you guys kind of not listening. You missed it.
Oh, you
I
said it
said go back to the old grandma days when you
The
gotta let
grandmas
the
are not the same as they used to. Grandmas are telling these young ladies, "Girl, you better get that boy for child."
so you gotta make a conscious effort to go and
No,
start
grandma.
basically. So basically, you got a kid, you got it. So let's say I have a son, right? I got two sons. You guys got two daughters. We got to now constantly say, you two are marrying. You guys are going to be Quincy's. And then setting that up, you should be setting up the foundations of how your future is going to be
Idea.
moving forward.
Yeah.
And so what happens is though, you can't even set up nothing for your kids nowadays because then they'll come up and be like, I don't want to do that shit. You feel what I mean?
there.
They even got a movie called Coming to America where the king don't even want to be the fucking king. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that's how. That's the answer. You gotta,
And what about
you
the
know,
father? What is the man's role in that paradigm shift?
He just has to choose better,
The men
basically,
are
right?
head still, no matter what.
Now he has to choose better. He has to choose
Not
somebody he
no
loves.
back before choosing. What about the raising of the children, the upbringing part?
He has to choose better. This is my point. Like, if he chooses better, he's gonna be there to raise them because he loves her and he's gonna be with her. He's gonna
Right,
feel that family. No
right,
man want family. You act don't act like
Let
men don't want to be in a family. It's just the people who they got kids with. They don't want to fucking be with them.
Malik, can you
The shit is just
I hear you.
it's like if right now ASAP Rocky he's gonna stay. He's a star, but anybody's gonna stay with Rihanna and give her two babies. Feel what I mean? Like some girls you get with after they have a baby, you just nah, I'm good.
do? I didn't even think about that. Men do it too. They be having babies thinking they gonna keep a sister.
Absolutely,
Interesting.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Okay, look at this, you guys. Family court reform. The family court treatment of black men has unfairly and dramatically diminished the black man. Black men embody hold on. Black men embodies equally of life by privileging women as I can't hardly see this. By privileging women as the primary caregivers. A child custody. 50-50 child custody as long as the father can provide what the mothers are
Still,
requiring as far as being able to provide a stable and living environment. B mandatory paternity test.
oh,
Okay, hold on. A child custody. 50%.
oh,
What do you guys think about that? 50% as long as the man can determine once determined pre-existing income-based alimony and child support judgments levied against black men should be reassessed. So they're saying if the man has 50% of the kid, he shouldn't even be paying child support. What do you think?
He should be no. If he has 50%, no, he shouldn't.
unmarried people should have 50-50 custody. Like it's pretty simple. It's really
I
The
agree.
pretty
bear, no. The better parent should have custody.
true. But
That's just
speaking in a general,
that's
like you
it.
said, we're speaking in a general
So
sense.
whatever you do, if there's a system to say, well, it's not about the job. It's take maybe there's a parenting court
50
where they ask some type
and
of questions.
then those matters. I'm speaking so standard of operation 50-50. If you're unmarried, both parents automatically get joint
Standard.
custody. Then you evaluate from all those other standards from that. But
Right.
generally speaking, fathers shouldn't have to fight for the rights of their children. Mothers should not be allowed to weaponize children against fathers. Fathers should not have the right to step off from responsibility from children, nor should mothers. So I don't
I
agree with
agree
all.
that it goes both ways. Women are
It goes.
stepping off from their all the time and leaving them on.
Got to
That's
take
why I
her birth
think
control pill. Condom broke.
side.
Oh well, y'all caught a baby. You're both
Well, and you gotta think this too. Like even my case, like I don't like my baby mom because you know why? The most precious babies are precious. Let's say that they're born right, and how, a person who takes something precious from you and turns it into shit. How could you like the person who's responsible for that? How do you tell a dad to come be cool with somebody who that if wasn't a baby, you probably would never talk to again in your fucking life, right?
that's unfortunate.
The baby, no, I mean I'm just saying, if it wasn't for the baby, there was nothing she could say to me, and I wouldn't even know her, ain't even been in the same space with her, right? This little one incident binds me to her bullshit for as long as
Able to like financially
and and and
a kid.
and she took something that was so bright and intelligent because I seen it, right? She got dad in her and she even understands it, but she doesn't know how to, you know, and listening, she got her to the point to where I told her how to get away from it, right?
Yeah.
But but she don't want to because it's self-doubt. She doubts herself and everything she do,
Right.
right? And the only thing I come around into her, that's why I said to her, she has to argue with me. So, you know,
Too bad.
it's I don't know. She's definitely weaponized her.
Yeah.
Facts.
Weaponized her. You know,
Right. So I think mandatory paternity test at birth. I think that should be
I agree.
mandatory before
That.
even before, and I think that's whether or not you're married to them, and I think that's before you even for before you're even able to put a name on the birth certificate. You leave the name off, you take full responsibility, or you get a paternity test. I think that's going to keep women accountable for their partners. Um, Once we determine that the father has been misled regarding the child's parentage, we should be he should be excused from both the birth certificate and child support immediately. Immediately, absolutely. Restitution at false divorces, alignment with courts policies. Huh? Oh my God, it's so far away though. I can't see it.
it's right there on the side. Read it at the side.
Monique, can you see this?
Oh, I'm on my phone. I can zoom. I'd have to zoom.
I see it. Okay.
Once determined that the father has been misled regarding the child's parentage, no matter how long it's been, he should be excused from both birth certificate and child support.
At his determination,
Somebody put that.
the exploited party should be subjected to legal sanctions, reimbursement from the mother, from the biological father, and relevant um, city and state federal government offices. Interest should be 7%. I like that. Compounded annually, in addition to the principals owed to the injured party. Presumably, I can't say it. Presumption of fatherhood, formally stricken down as established law. Presumed fatherhood is formally
Is this up
stricken.
for legislature?
No, I don't think so. But these are definitely solutions.
You know what? Something I should have asked you guys before. I like to do is I like to put you in the box to see where. So, like, say you're you could be a hotep, Hebrew or a Christian, right? I like to see where your base is. So when we have conversation, because I like to, because sometimes people use their faith with their answers, right? And so
But
you
that
missed that
that
part.
that can
No, I
create
just like it creates what?
it creates bias. You should be able to have these
No,
conversations
no,
with
no, 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 no. It doesn't create bias.
about
It, it,
ideology.
it does
I
create
think
bias, but sometimes like I said, when I talk about dopamine with Christians and the Holy Ghost, right? Yeah, of course it's gonna create a bias. But you know what I mean? Like I need to be able to boom boom boom, right? So then I could debunk anything they have to say later that leads to something else. They don't even get to that. But not that I'm trying to debunk anybody like that. I just like to know if I'm dealing with, like, let's say, a KKK person, right? I don't want to be having a long ass conversation with no Ku Klux Klan member, right? Then he finally tells
really.
me, by the way,
I Why wouldn't you want to
I'm a
have that conversation
KKK.
from your opposition? You learn a lot from your
Yeah,
opposition.
Because
you're
I might
afraid
tell him something. Right, he
by
might be learning something from me that I shouldn't be telling him because
You
he's
watch what you
certain, well, certain,
That's why you
well,
ask the
certain,
question. Um,
yeah.
Point blank. I mean, point being today, we had some Mormon ladies stop by today, and I had the best time interviewing these ladies and asking these ladies questions. I'm a little jealous of the way that they live, to be honest. At the end of the day, Mo, it's like is what we always dreamt of, you know. They're traveling the world, seeing and learning, and all
They're
underneath
gonna
their
come back.
faith.
They're gonna come back to your door.
Yeah, not my door, the studio's door, but that's fine. I won't be
Yeah, but
there.
they're not gonna come back to. I want them to come back to my door, but they won't. I asked them about why is black people cursed? Feel
Oh,
me?
I found that out today.
What's up with Joseph? And I said, what's up? Is Joseph Young Jesus? I mean, what's the deal with that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm asking these questions,
We're
or
only supposed to be here for an hour, and we're an hour and 30 in. So, reinstituting at fault divorce standards. Mm, I don't agree with that one. No fault divorce negatively impacts black men by
Give me
authorizing
10
massive
more. Fit.
maternal culture that dramatically underdevelops them economically. So no fault divorce. Okay, termination of parental.
I
You
think,
know, our producer.
well, I like that. So basically, if it's somebody's fault, they don't get the kid. Is that if it's saying that, like, so basically, if me and you, I love you, and we got a kid, I'm doing fine, and then you want to leave, you ain't happy no more, then by you, not you get to leave with the kid
True.
because you ain't happy. Yeah,
That's
that's yeah. You got to reinstate that fault, like stuff
fair.
like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because
I would agree.
women just all of a sudden be not happy, and the coldest thing is, I promise you, I work with homeless and social service a lot. And I got a story about this man. The reason he was in the homeless shelter, he didn't have to be, but his wife all of a sudden, kids who he raised and all that, his girls, she just said she don't love him no more. Divorced him. She got the house. He didn't. The house that he built, he just didn't even want to. He just went to the shelter, and he didn't even need the shelter. He probably had. But when he finally told me what had happened, right? Because they get cool with you telling the story, he just was basically heartbroken.
Yeah. It's a common story.
So
That
yeah, this should be
Oh.
Get it from here.
Oh.
Termination of
No.
parental obligation. As we understand the law, it is as women's rights to choose whether or not she will carry a baby to term, put the child up for adoption, or abort it. Right? We talked about that. Therefore, within the first 6 months of being informed about the pregnancy, you weren't even informed within the first 6 months. Men, men should have the right to financially disassociate themselves from the pregnancy. Also,
what's financially doesn't. What's that mean?
financial abortion.
No, financially dissociate yourself.
So
So
literally a financial abortion.
That's what
So
that
if
is.
you this is saying that if you find out within 6 months, I didn't read it. You can scroll up. Financial abortion. Within 6 months of being informed of the pregnancy, the man should have. Oh, because it's saying because the woman has the right to choose whether or not she keeps it, puts it up for abortion, or puts it up for adoption, abort, adoption, or keep the child, then you should have the rights to financially abort if you don't want to do.
That's what he said earlier. Yeah.
it don't
This is.
work like that. Men don't have no choice in it. So the
But they should.
reality of it is,
I want to know what is the source of this. What are we? What is this? Is this proposed What is this that we're reviewing?
Proposed legislation.
but they would never have it. You say you should. It would
Okay.
never happen. You would never be able to tell a man. You would never be able to tell anybody as a
Sounds
man, I got her pregnant. I want her to keep it, and it's gonna be my
like
baby.
that.
A man would never be able to do that unless he got some money and he keeps the girl hostage or something. He would never be able to do that.
So should we
So
stop
that's
having these babies? I mean, is that the is should we stop having babies by
that,
men don't
that
want?
now you talk about the possible. You talk about men not fucking. Like, come on, what is
No,
that?
should we start taking the responsibility of just like knowing that we're in these risky ass behaviors
It's a it's a
and
be it's the only behavior that has us even speaking to this day. What are you talking about? That's not gonna stop. Fucking, we're gonna produce people. We're gonna we are gonna. That's one thing the human being is gonna do. Well,
it's
so
a tip to procreate.
That's why we're here. All right.
Well, I'm ready to be a midwife. But I
I
love
know.
y'all. I gotta go.
That's why he putting babies in, and that's why I'm opting out. Um, I hope you ain't out there getting nobody pregnant, Topper. We too old for that.
My hips been not working. I got a girl. She can't get pregnant, so my hips don't work.
Good
Are
too.
you a grandfather yet?
That
Uh,
was
in law,
Oh, cool. But you
in
got
law,
grand.
but
yep.
I got
Love
my son, but and my daughter. Maybe she's on her. I don't know. I hope not, but where she's going, I could be.
Oh, I didn't even think about this one. You remember when the women be like the turkey basting and putting the holes in the condoms? This next one says that women should be criminally charged for that.
I agree.
I agree.
You know, but I never even heard of that happening.
I have.
You
I've heard
mean
of it.
you? So you've heard of
Heard of
people
women
getting?
doing stuff like that. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of the turkey baster?
Nope, I don't know no turkey baster babies.
IG model tries to say
Somebody would say that, and
sausage and
eventually
cornflakes.
it'll be a rank. You can't keep something like that a secret. If you know somebody, dude, a little baby gonna come up, so call him the little keister baby. Like, and so you know how niggas
I
do, right? I ain't never
I
heard of it. That's all I'm saying.
part of we should be advocating for a system, goods and services and time spent is calculated as towards that. Like, why do we make men pay for child support when they're spending their kids? Again, with that 50%. Because women don't want their kids all the time. So I agree with that. Like that should be a cap that should be calculated into the child support. And child support should be capped at 2,500 per child. Was that per month, sir? That's not bad. 2,500 per child per month. Half of us ain't even getting that.
I'm with that because I get child support for my son. So that'll be feel me. That'd be real.
That's
See, that's because it benefits you.
now that
Yeah,
it
but
benefits
I'm
you.
I gotta go, y'all. You have a wonderful night. I have
It's
family
good.
to tend to and
I
school
love you.
assignments to do.
I love you. Right to a
I love
life
you
with
too.
post divorce, men should be entitled to their life.
all right,
They
Mo.
should
Nice seeing you again.
You too. You too, JQ. Good to see you, brother. Holla.
love you.
And what I'm supposed to do if I get child son? I just give it to him, like you know.
That would be the acclimable thing to do, or to stack it in the
But
bank for.
well, he has it. But
Because if you're able to handle it,
at one point I was using it. It was coming through. He was with me. I wasn't tripping. But then it came to a point to where it's his. I get my own money. You know, he
do you need it?
spends.
We just talked about that. Remember, we just talked about that. Did you need it? Did you
I
need it
can
to
use.
keep the light?
No, it came in. It came in handy, right?
Right. I'm sure it did. And that's what it would do for all women that's why child support that's why I would agree with child support and not disagree with it because I think that a man or a woman should at least support their child, whatever way that looks like.
No,
As far as
I don't give it back pay. That's why I said the hungry part. So
yeah, back we're talking
I don't
about.
agree. Nobody should ever owe. If a person can't pay it and they can't make a way to get the money
They
from
need to pay it
you,
now.
what you know what I mean? Like they can't make you pay it, but they can't. They shouldn't. If you didn't pay this money, you shouldn't owe. You shouldn't owe. That's
I get
that's
it.
that-
I see your point.
that's that's my point.
Just like
So
as a woman that had a baby daddy die on me 50K was really a power thing, just being honest. Like I
what
knew he couldn't leave the country on me money. But that was just me being kind of bitter, right? It's not like I needed the money. I'll never see the money to this day. But I get it. We do it for selfish reasons, and I think that
right?
that's a good reason for women to go back and release men. I've released one of my oldest daughter's father of his responsibilities because he asked me to. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm doing fine now. So it makes no sense for me to hold you hostage for this rear. Um, and I released him. It was just
Yeah,
like that.
man. That's and see, and that's the BS to where when you say that's man, that's a motherfucker. Like, come on, man. You can't really get a job. Your credit's bad. Like they
Right.
was arresting you. You couldn't get a license. You got to drive. Come on,
Holding them back literally in life, period, because you owe me money that I'll probably never even see
Right,
anyways. It's
right.
not fair.
And
Require
so
entitled to the okay, we said that requiring formal child support management reports. I don't like that one. I put all my child support towards my rent. So I'll be feeling like I live on Section 8. But um is that I don't know, but that goes to your point though, Topper.
yeah, because my child support, right? My daughter, when she was younger, my oldest daughter, she's 29. When I told her I paid my taxes, I don't owe child support no more. I asked her, did she get the money? She looked at me surprised and said, no. I was like, well, your mom got all that.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So
Right.
she
It's
didn't,
sad
you
when she
know,
should have gotten it. We already said this. Some post-divorce men should be entitled to their life and to their life, and they have been accustomed to. Let me read it from here. Where are you going, boss? H. Okay. Prohibiting jail for failure to pay. I think that's absurd that they're locking up men for failing to pay child support. It's so counterproductive. Would you
they don't
agree?
really do it no more. Too many people be in jail for other shit, but if it wasn't for this meth and this homeless shit, they better thank goodness because of meth. If it wasn't for meth, yeah, they ass would be in jail. You feel me? They just
That's
got other shit to lock people up for. But yeah, they get a control of this meth shit. They gonna be right back locking these niggas up.
that's crazy to think about. So they stopped that here in Washington, did they? They stopped
Well,
locking up.
you got to because I don't even think it was never in Washington. I've never I've never been threatened with jail at all, like ever. But I don't know nobody, but I've heard people get like years.
Yeah,
I'm reading something like you get years for like, which is counterproductive. Well, how you gonna pay if you know
if
what I
you're
mean?
locked,
Like, right,
and you're still stacking debt on top of debt.
right.
But
That's what I'm
but
saying.
they're the whole system is not for your embetterment. Like it's not for
Right,
your embetterment. It's just really just to put they foot on your neck.
right.
Because you supposed to put your
But me
penis.
personally, if I was in whatever state that was, right, or wherever, guess what I would do? I guess I would pay child support. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to prison over no reason. No, I ain't never been to prison, and every move I've made has been to avoid prison. So if you tried to, uh, I guess I'm gonna pay child support.
So you would be paying child support. Is that saying you said you
Yeah,
just
I would have to follow the rules of that
have to laugh
jurisdiction.
because we don't want them to utilize that.
Mm.
To get people to start paying. Okay, income floor for child support. Is this not? Oh, there should be a minimum set for income for one child. A minimum. The other one said a maximum, right? If someone is chronically under this floor in terms of income, then the state government should provide opportunities for them to intern at apprenticeships in a trade. We should be pushing our black men towards trades, anyways. I don't even know why we don't. Or if they quit and refuse a apprenticeship, they should be incarcerated. So give them a job, and if they choose not to, they go to jail.
Uh, yeah, no, I don't know about going to jail, but if you give them a job, that's cool. But
But if
what you
they
gonna
refuse
do?
the apprenticeship, so that we're saying that they don't want to work and take care of their responsibilities, they should be incarcerated. Because I think
No.
that's keeping men accountable or keeping people
Well,
accountable.
so if you're gonna hold the men accountable for doing something that before he should be held accountable, the woman should be held accountable for not getting pregnant.
Down with
So
Joseph.
we go back. we go back to that. Like, see, now you want to blame the man with something you are supposed to stop, that you're supposed to have control of. So when you should know you have this baby, are you able to do whatever with it? Because you made a big deal about the right to your body, so you can go to the abortion. So if you have a baby now, can you take care of it?
Facts.
Don't talk to the man. Now, if he
Facts.
wants to, fine, but you can't make all these arguments with the right to your body, right? Like I told you, I've already, like I just signed a broken record. We can't do anything. So just goes to that. It's
I
just,
agree. Jay
so
says
that's that.
that a man's child support and alimony judgment requires a causing a practical impact on his standard of living. The state government and the municipality shall pay the cost in whole or in part, but no less than 66% of the cost of child support and alimony. So that's like replacing welfare. That would be actually not a that's not a bad deal. So it's saying that if it finds that child support will be a hardship on you, the state then should come in and give that parent 66% of what the child support should be to release it from you or release it from the absent parent. I like that.
Yes. I mean, if it works, I don't know. Like I said, to where just don't have no baby by nobody who ain't gonna try to raise it. Just try to do the better that way.
Facts.
Just like I said, our culture is, but our culture is just we got the most fucked up culture that I know of. Anyway, it's like this shit that we think is cool, that makes you cool at a young age, that you know that that inspires you, or like shooting people. Just today, 6 kids drove by me so freaking fast in the car down the hill trying to run the corner, and they couldn't even get around the corner. Bam, into the door. They all 6 jumped out like they just stole the car, but it's like 6 of them. It's a bunch of them in one car. Just a dumb generation. All ran the same way. All right, didn't split up. 6 of them. Lucky not to be dead.
No, they ain't had no black men to teach them. Like they're all gone. They were giving out 20-year sentences up here to just about anybody that wanted one.
Yeah.
Um, at the time, income tax. It is believed that some women sell their children's social security numbers to friends, family, and family members. Either when the mother is not working or has maxed out her two child benefits. Wow, to receive income tax. Whoo, they on to y'all. Can you go down? Whenever a third party submits a tax return claim, of course they should be double checking this. Like that's absurd. I've been saying this for years. There should be no reason why somebody should be able to file on somebody else's child. Like there's just no checks and balances there with the IRS, but that's above our heads. That's not something that we can't even. They're
Well,
right.
that's how I paid my back pay. My child support was my taxes. Didn't get them. They took them. They took them. They took them, and I was done.
He was
And
like,
I
just
thought
take
to
it,
and
take
I
it.
thought to myself when I was younger, why didn't I just fucking do my taxes? Because I wouldn't do them because I knew it was gonna get took anyway back then.
Facts.
But you know,
Show me what the welfare benefits incentive should be. Welfare benefits and incentives for a woman fuels the single mother's phenomenon. It sure the hell does. But didn't they? Wasn't that cap supposed to stop that? Remember back in the day they put the TANF cap. It didn't do anything. That's when I jumped off of welfare and got a job in 20.
when I had a tap,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So after 5 years, you're supposed to be able to not be on welfare. But what happened was is that they took the adult workforce off welfare. and part the children. So she became the beneficiary of the children's portion of her social benefits. They just took her off. But now, what should really happen is women should be wholly accountable for the kid and not get any support. Is how I feel. Get off your ass. Go get a job. Take care of your kid. Any child support paid should be considered earned income. I don't like that because I don't have to. Nah. Women are allowed to claim child support as extra income. Uh, all right. Because my baby daddy, I mean, my ex-husband has to put on his that he pays me, but I don't put on my taxes that he pays me. It's just extra income. Nobody knows about it. So I think that, yeah, that's right. Um, okay, we advocate for policies that exempts child support payments from the applicant's gross income when they apply for and public housing and public assistance. The payment is treated as income for the custodial parent and counts in the gross income for the non-custodial parent. Oh, so kind of shifting the burden. It's complex. You don't get it.
So the person with the most money is supposed to have the kid. Is that it?
This is saying that if you are not the custodial and hold on, their gross income dictates their acceptance into the program and their rent amount. Some men may not qualify due to their gross income being over limit, but he may not actually be bringing in that amount of money. So when people are applying for public housing, they shouldn't go according. It's saying that men, and of course this is all geared towards you guys, that when you guys go apply for public housing and they say that you make too much, you're not bringing your net isn't that much. Your gross is high, but your net's not that much because of child support.
Right. They don't never really go about that.
They don't, which is weird. Times I'm like, I'm always on my net, but I don't even bring my net. I mean, my gross, but that ain't nothing near the taxes that they take out. That doesn't make no sense. I might be up there, but I ain't up there. Um, revising we already said that we want to revise the child support formula. It should be revised. That's basically what all the other ones said. There is a formula here that I don't feel like my executive producer is drawing this out. Boss, I'm done. Oh God. Okay, come on. I don't want to do those. Education. Hold on. Child support DNA testing. Mandatory DNA testing for granting child support. We already said that up there. Why are they reiterating stuff?
So then, what happens if you don't know who says is somebody and his dad is not in the? Do you get
That's where
any money?
mandatory testing at birth.
So how can
Man,
you test nobody that's not there? How can you test the
they
ghost?
put his name on that birth certificate.
What if
I think
he hit and got on the plane and went to where he was originally at? And
so. He
you
went
don't know how to get a hold of him. And
so
his
he went back
DNA
to
ain't or he went wherever.
Africa anyways.
How you gonna mandatory something that's not there? And you don't know
Facts,
who it is.
facts, but that's the other portion of keeping women accountable for their bodies, right? If they can't put a name or prove that somebody's a daddy, they
I,
shouldn't.
w- I was gonna say something. I didn't want to get too deep, but the only way that would happen is if we were like in some controlled state into where everybody's DNA has to be in play. Like once you turn 18, boom, you gotta put your DNA out there. Then now your DNA is out there. If you get somebody pregnant, they're gonna know because of your DNA. Other than
Only
that, you have no.
only
How
DNA
else would you?
are the people that they have not arrested, and that's not even true because they take your DNA at birth, so they got your DNA.
Well, what you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have
I,
it. They yeah.
but it is being logged. So if we wanted to implement that, I'm sure that could be a process that's implemented. But again, we come into privacy.
No, we don't want to implement that. That's stupid. Like just like you said, women. You shouldn't. We shouldn't be. It shouldn't be even a matter of a DNA test. Now you want to do some ridiculous stuff. Try to have that argument. Let's have this argument before we get to this argument. Know who the father is. Period. Let's not mess around to where it's even a DNA test. So
That
then
means one body every 30 days.
I don't know what that means to you because
I'm
you're a
telling you,
woman, but I'm just saying
one body every 30 days.
know who the father is. That's it. Don't be running no DNA test. That's because of these hoes. Feel what I mean? No disrespect, but that's because of Jerry and all that shit. Nobody was talking about DNA tests really back in the day.
Maury's
But
always about DNA tests. What you talking
before Maury, I'm old. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that DNA that shit is
about?
for these hoes.
Talking about DNA tests.
That's look. I had no doubt in my mind. My son is my son.
Does he look like you?
No, because he's heavy. But if he slimmed down, yeah, maybe he would. Ways people say he does, but I can't see it.
How do you
Right?
know he's yours?
He's mine.
How? Biologically? How do you know it's yours?
Cause he looked like me when he was younger. He said this look like me now, but
We,
he looks like yeah,
no,
he's mine.
brother. We all look like each other. You look like you could be my long lost cousin. No. How do you know that
Because
that's
because I know for sure nobody else was with that,
no? You don't.
but
Stop that
me.
lying. Stop that lying. Stop it.
No,
Stop it.
I know for
You don't
sure.
know. You don't know.
Okay,
Just as slick
well,
as your ass was trying to getting another woman pregnant is just as slick as any woman can be. So you don't know. I know you want to feel good about it, and I'm not taking it from you. I've had a lot of men step in to the position of being my father when I was growing up when my father was absent. So I respect all black men that take care of kids. But how do you know? Without a DNA test, how do you know?
mm, well, I'm just guessing, I guess.
That's all you're doing. I
And
pray that she was who you think she was, though.
but look, well, he looks like he don't look like me, but he looks like and da 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 and da. Right? It's like he looks like other people in my family. He just don't look like me. He doesn't come out and look like me. That's all.
Sex with your cousin?
Nah, my cousin wasn't around.
I'm just
There was
saying,
that
like
no
hypothetically, though.
possibility.
I'm just saying hypothetically because you're saying that you're feeling like it's for sure that this is yours, and I believe it's yours. This is just for content and for
No, I get you. I get you.
know that it's your rights to have a DNA test. You should be having
Yeah,
a test before you decide to take on any baby.
yeah, but not if you're. See, that's what I'm saying. Like DNA test is a new thing. It ain't like we need a DNA test, right? DNA test is because of these holes. Like I said,
Women
you
have
think they need?
always
Did you think
holes.
they needed DNA tests in the 16 in the 1300s? No, they didn't care. They just handled their business, right? You
Like
don't
they
need
are
a
now.
DNA test,
With red hair, ain't nobody in the family got red hair. There's a problem.
but you don't need a DNA
Stone them.
test.
Stone the woman because the baby came out with red hair.
I'm just saying we don't need to be like with me. That's your example, especially if you're gonna use me as an example. Definitely don't. I know who mine is. Then
How do you
DNA.
know, Topper? You're
Well,
gonna
I know.
guess a hypothesis.
I think. Let me see. All mine except for my son. I think I had the paperwork drilled. I had the 99.9 something paperwork.
Except
My
one.
son, except for my son, but I was just there in the house, so I just was, like,
So
it
you were
just
there,
was.
doing the due
Yeah, I was
decision.
there when he was born. You know what I mean? So if it was even a possibility, it was the mailman, right? then guess what? I guess I had a mailman son. I wouldn't even. What could I
Facts.
do? You know what I mean?
Over there
You
raising
still
them right.
right.
Bless the black man.
He's still going off to say South Carolina upstate. I'm still proud of him. Ain't nothing to change. You feel what I'm
College?
saying? Huh?
He's going out of state for college.
Yeah, I'm getting him the hell up out of here.
You like you need some
You-
coach?
No, you got to because you got to change. So the opportunity that I kind of got for him. It's kind of like I hate people say that dads be trying to live through their son. Like, yeah, because you're trying to make your son where you
Better.
messed up at, right?
Right.
So where I messed up at is when I went to college, I didn't straighten up. I
Mm.
still was thuggery and because I could do it, I always did it, right? So I didn't change, right? I didn't change my dress,
You took
Well, I did,
Hilltop to
right,
Washington.
right. Washington State University, I got it on, boom. But I'm trying to tell him, growing up, so as my son, I ain't got no suits, I ain't got no, so he hasn't been dressing like that himself. But now he gets an opportunity to go to somewhere because my mentor kind of helped me out with this, it was a alley oop. So we got the South Carolina State upstate. But and he's going to get a job to where he probably needs to be professional kind of every day, even
Right.
though he's going to be in school. You know what I mean? Like he needs some sports jackets and some slacks, and sometimes he's going to be with some big wigs to where he's going to have a suit, right?
You
So,
gonna be that kid? I like it.
well, hopefully, if he, subscribes to it, because I don't know what he's going to do once he leaves here. But that's that's on him. I just gave him the opportunity. Now, you know, we'll see.
Beautiful. I'm proud of you, black man.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
going.
yeah. I'm proud of myself. Thank you, though.
Don't get buried underneath the bullshit, please.
Thank you, though. So,
It's really easy to do
and
that.
that's why when it comes to my daughter, I can't even really get into that because I gotta launch this dude.
It seems like it. I just
And when
want you
this
to
dude,
give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and know that it can be worked out. It might take some time, it might take a little bit of effort, but bro, it can be worked out. And coming from as a black woman, we need our fathers. We need you guys. We need that direction. We need to know that this nigga that I'm messing with ain't a good guy. But that only comes from our fathers, right? We ain't gonna listen to our mamas. We only listen to our fathers. I can even still hear stuff from my stepdad in my head about just different type of guys because it stuck with me all these years because he poured that into me. I don't want you to dismiss her. Please don't.
no,
Um,
I don't dismiss her, but
I
like I said to her,
way even if you don't get one back, I love you
uh,
as gold so far. Even if you don't get one back, because at this point we're about restoring. Because if you don't start to restoring her, that's just gonna keep on going, and she's gonna
no,
have to
here, the
kids.
bigger picture is this. This is me. No matter how much I talk to her, right, it just gets worse. So I don't like to talk to her. So every time I talk to her, she always wants to. I'm dad. She always, like I said, she wants to. It's dad, it's you, right? We can get to a point to where she understands the role I play. Then she then wants to, you know, like she told me on Facebook. Rule number one: that don't make you look smart and intelligent. Come telling your dad on Facebook, a rule number one, right?
Right.
She's that's her. I can't. That's what she's gonna do, right? And she's
Learned
gonna
behavior.
turn everything into you know, a woe is me for her. I'm
Learn
absent,
behavior. Yeah, learn
right?
behavior.
Right.
Well, I don't
So
know.
I just took a picture with her. She's on my cover photo. She just was over here with my other daughter. You know, trying to. They were up to something. I just didn't fall for it. All of a sudden, they just popped up. You know what I mean? Took a picture. You know what I'm saying? I love them, but you know,
I guess that's one thing do is make sure that she's good with her siblings,
Yeah.
because that
And
means
see,
a lot.
yeah, and that's the only thing I could do. But you see, like on the post, I told her, you don't never go talk to your grandma, which is my mom. Feel what I mean? Like you, you know, you don't even have no grandma on the other side. Go say something to your grandma, right?
We've
But
lost it, and I
yeah,
don't know.
she, you know what I mean. So she's she's not like I said, and that's not even an argument. The argument is about me right now with her, and trying to tell her. But I even told her that go call your grandma. Feel what I mean? Like
You
you
have
see your
family,
grandma, I might see you more often because I'll be down there.
right? You have family, is what you're saying. You have family.
Yeah, she do, and you know I have an uncle right now who's had a stroke in one of the motorized things, but his daughter's in Boston. She ain't came and got him, right? She ain't she don't mess with him, you know. So I'm doing a lot for him. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's like family's gonna do what they're gonna do for you, or they're not,
You're right.
right? So she either gonna be somebody who understands that we're family, you know, and it's not our little issue because if the issue me and her has always caused her to be having an argument, then what's the point? I'm gonna deal with it, but I'm gonna tell her how I feel, like I told her today. Don't call me absent. It was the trigger because she's let people know. I don't know how many Facebook friends you have. I know how many people watching who don't know me who's gonna think I'm actually absent. No, I came up with no, withheld real quick. Right? I
Different.
said yes, 50 times going over there, 100 calls. Right? How much do you? You know what I mean? Like talk to your mom. Right? Have that conversation. Don't you know what I mean? Like
Well, the
come
problem
be in.
is we are overshadowing our children's emotions when it comes to their fathers, and we need to stop it.
Yeah.
I told my sister just yesterday that children should not be involved in their parental BS. Children shouldn't even know what the hell happened. They should just know their parents and be loved by their parents, whether or not they're together or not. We need to really cut out the bias. We need to really cut out the shit talking about each other. It just does nobody any good. And then you turn around and you expect this man to pay child support. I'll be damned. So I get it. I totally get it. Let me end this because we went 2 hours this time, and I'm gonna go home. I still got. I'm in Bremerton. And I gotta drive to Tacoma. I mean to.
That's
Um,
that's what I need. I need a studio somewhere where I can go because I'm in my kitchen. So
we appreciate it. Tell your family we appreciate the quietness.
no, they're gone.
Oh, okay.
And there was a little loudness in here. If you didn't hear it,
Nope, didn't catch it.
oh
Your
yeah, it
family.
was okay. Well, that's what's up.
I appreciate your time, bro. Let
No,
me know
good.
when you.
Thanks for having me. Let me know when you want me on again.
I appreciate your opinion. I wish you all the luck with your baby girl. Again, as Black women, we need our fathers. So I just plead to you to find a way. Um,
I should you know what I should do? I should get her baby. I should get my baby mama email address somehow. Just have people flutter and to tell her to quit being stupid.
there you go with that bullshit.
Quit being stupid.
No pettiness allowed, sir. No pettiness allowed.
She's
Keep the
stupid.
pettiness to us. We will be the petty ones. It's in our
She
it's in our genetics.
she's
It's in our
she's
biology.
she's stupid. And look, and you would think she was fine or something. It's just, like I said, it was one of them things I
Oh,
should have never did.
leave it alone. I
So
think I see
yeah, I'm gonna
a picture
leave
of
it
your daughter.
alone. But
She's absolutely.
it's the audacity of everything.
So you
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 know?
produce a beautiful child.
Yeah,
She gorgeous.
yeah.
She
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's how you can. That's how you can end up hating somebody. You produce something so beautiful that you should be a part of it, and then they corrupt this thing to be against you. It's a lot to come back from. I said that
I
earlier, so I be
I
trying to
feel like
explain to.
a hug. Oh, I want to give you a
That's why I
hug.
be trying to explain to people. That's why I don't fuck with her mom at all. You can't really. I don't care what she tell me. I know. You know
On
what I
your
mean?
daughter,
Like,
you ain't gotta mess with her.
yeah.
Let her be.
And I'm like my son's baby mom. I mean, my baby mom with my son. She pull up all the time. We don't see eye to eye. That's why we left. But he get to go over there. During COVID, I kicked him out for a month. Went back and got him just to see what he was up to and talk to him for a minute. But of course, he came right back. He didn't want to stay over there. So,
Because we want to be with daddy.
you know, yeah. But his ass, nigga, you want to, nigga, get out. Go over to your mom. They keep on the street. You know,
That's understandable.
he was over there for a whole month before he came back on some different shit. So,
He had to go have a reality check, huh?
yeah. But
Most
he
kids,
fuck with her.
most kids do. All right, I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
you in the back room, and you can either hang up or chill in the green room. I'm gonna close out this show. I appreciate your time, brother. We'll talk
Uh,
soon.
for a sec, I'll hang on there.
Okay, give me a
All
minute. Woo! That was a lot. That was a lot. That was really, really, really heavy. Once again, another heavy week. And I'm happy that we actually got to bring a brother on to get his perspective on this situation because I really do feel like women weaponize their children against these men. My word of the day is know who you're having a baby by. I didn't choose to have babies by gang members or street men. Not to say that they turned out to be any different or any better, but I knew the caliber of man that I wanted my kids to have. So all my baby daddies read books, like that's what they do because that was something I was interested in. Um, so I say that all to say it's just to find something outside of what you would normally like, possibly, and maybe you won't fall into these categories of being the other chick and then having a baby by these men that didn't even want the baby to begin with. And when that happens, you got to be accountable. For instance, when I chose to have my kids out of wedlock, I knew that at the end of the day, it was going to fall on me. You can ask any of my baby daddies. I ain't never put I did. I put a couple of my baby daddies on on child support, but that was because of like the system. On welfare at a couple points, and they put them on the system. But my first baby daddy came and asked me years later to wipe out the child support. I did it for the same reason that the brother was saying, like at this point in time, it was doing more harm to him than it would have did me good. To get $50 a month wouldn't have hurt me or helped me at that point. So I went ahead and just released him off of all his back child support. I employ women to do such if you are trying to have your father's children build a relationship with your kid. Find an agreement, find an arrangement. Have those conversations, have those difficult conversations, but come to some type of balance because our babies are out here dying without their fathers. And we're having too many strong Black women thinking they could do it by themselves. We cannot do it by ourselves. Absolutely. Stop thinking you can. Stop thinking you can wear the skirt and the pants because we're not supposed to. Why take on that extra burden when you could just have an agreement with the individual for them to be a part of their children's life? Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Apparently, I have not enough females subscribing to this channel. Please subscribe so I can show my worth. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe so we can show the executive producer that you guys are here and you guys want this content. I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.
My soul sisters, no matter how near or how far, you are invited to a platform where we uplift, encourage, and motivate you to be exactly who you are. Soul ties, soul tribes, solutions, and soul infusions. Come join us as we overstand and undo the divinities that have been placed amongst us on this very land. So what can you expect? Crown checks, temperature checks, microphone checks. Wait till you see what's next. Welcome, soul